Good morning, boys and girls. So today our goal is very similar to yesterday, where we're going to divide three-digit numbers by two-digit divisors and check with multiplication. We're going to use problems from page 109, but we're going to do it on our trusty graph paper. So our very first problem that we're going to set up is 580 divided by 17. All right, so after setting up that problem, let's go ahead and put our dividend in the box and our divisor on the outside of the box. All right, we know our very first step is to use estimation to help us solve the problem. So we do that by taking our divisor and rounding our divisor. So 17, I would round to 20. So that means I'm going to use 20 as my guide for estimation. So I'm going to use skip counting. So let's do some skip counting, counting by 20 or by twos with a 0 on the end. 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 120. We'll stop there. If we need to add to it, we'll go ahead and add to it. So now we're ready to go ahead and divide. So I'm looking at the number 17, not 20. 17. Can it go into 5? No, because our very first one would be about 20, so that's a no. So then we're going to go to the second digit. Can 17 go into 58? It certainly can. And I'm looking over here, and I'm noticing that this one gets the closest, which would be 17 times 3. So we need to try that out and see if that works. Let's do 17 times 3, a little side math. 7 times 3 is 21. 1 times 3 is 3. Add on 2. It's 5. 51. That looks pretty good. Remember, that's times 3. Put your 3 above the 8 because we're dealing with 58. 3 times 17, we already did that. We said it was 51. We're going to subtract. We got a 7. Now we're going to go ahead and bring down using that arrow, and that is now a 70. Every time we bring a number down, a number has to go up. So I'm looking, and I'm going to do 17 going to 70. Coming over here, I'm thinking it might be times 3, but I'm looking at this, and I'm like, that might be too small. I may want to try 17 times 4 and see if that works, since we technically rounded 17 up to 20. So 17 times 4, come over here and do that. 8, 68. I think that looks much, much better. So we're going to do times 4. The 4 goes up. 4 times 17, we already did it, it's 68. Subtract, I get 2. There's no other numbers to bring down. 2 is less than 17, so 34 remainder 2 looks pretty good. So now I'm going to check my answer. In order to check my answer, we know that I need to do 17 times my quotient 34. So let's go ahead and set that up as well. 17 times 34. We know how to multiply. We'll start with that 4. 7 times 4 is 28. Put down the 8, carry the 2. 1 times 4 is 4. Add on 2 is 6. All done with that 4. Clean it up. Moving into the tens place. Put that place 0. 7 times 3 is 21. Carry the 2. 1 times 3 is 3. Add on 2 is 5. You can add it all up. So right now I'm at 578. But I can't forget, I have got to add on that remainder. Plus 2. Look at that, 580. I got my dividend, so therefore I know my answer, 34, remainder 2 is correct. All right, let's try another one, 5th grade. Next one, we're going to do 730 divided by 32. I'll give you a moment to write that problem onto your graph paper. All right, our first step is to use some estimation. It will help us figure out partial quotients. So I'm looking at 32. I would either round that to 30 or 40. Well, it's definitely closer to 30. So 30 is going to be my estimation number. So I'm going to go ahead and list out or skip counting by 30, 30, 60, 90, 120, 150. I'm going to stop there. If I need to list more later, I'll go ahead and do that. Now we're ready to start to divide. I'm taking the number 32, not the number 30, 32. That was just an estimation. 32, can it go into 7? Definitely not. So I'm going to go 32 into 73. And I'm going to come over here and look. Seems like this one times 2 would be the closest. So let's see if that works. I'm going to come over and do some side math. 32 times 2. 64. That looks pretty good. I put my 2 up. 2 times 32. I already did that over here. Is 64. Going to go ahead and subtract. 3 minus 4, I can't do it. I'm going to do a little borrowing. 13 minus 4 is 9. All right, looking pretty good. Now let's bring down that 0. 90. All right, so I'm looking, and I'm seeing this is 90 here. However, this I rounded down to 30. It's actually a 32. So notice if I do 32 times 3, 96. That's too large. So 3 in this case wouldn't work, even though it looks good for our estimate. So it looks like it's going to be a 2 again. I'm going to put the 2 up. I had already done that math. 2 times 32 is 64. I can subtract 0 minus 4. I can't do it, so I've got to do some regrouping. 10 minus 4 is 6. 8 minus 6 is 2. 26 seems like a pretty big remainder, but it is less than 32, so I'm okay. 22 remainder, 26. So let's go ahead and check our work doing multiplication. I know that I am going to be multiplying my divisor and my quotient, so let's set that up. 32 times 22. Starting with that 2. 2 times 2 is 4. 3 times 2 is 6. Place 0. Moving in the tens. 2 times 2 is 4. 3 times 2 is 6. 4, 10, 1, 704. But I'm not finished yet. Remember, you've got to add on your remainder. It's the leftover. We're adding it and putting it back in. So plus 26. And we know that we have done correct math when that answer matches our dividend. So we're all good. All right, we're going to try one more together. Let's do 940 divided by 28. So I'll give you a second to set that on up. All right, we're ready to start out with estimation. So 28, I would round up to 30. So I'm going to skip count by 30 again. Please make sure you're skip counting as well. It's just knowing your facts and adding that 0 on the end. So I'm going to go ahead and stop there. Ready to start dividing. So I'm going to take 28 into 9. Nope, can't do it. I put a little placeholder up there. 28 into 94. I can do that. I'm noticing 90 right here, which would be times 3. That's 30 times 3. I need to do 28 times 3 to check it out. Equals 84. That looks pretty good to me. My 3 goes up. I already solved 3 times 28. Got that. I'm going to subtract 10. Now I have a number to bring down. 100. Well, I'm noticing again, guess what? 120? Nope, too big. I'm going to try 3, which I already did that math, so it works out. 3 goes up. 84 goes down. I got to subtract. Can't do it, can't do it. This becomes a 10. Now this becomes a 9, and this becomes a 10. 10 minus 4 is 6. 16 is my remainder. My remainder is less than 28. No other numbers to bring down. So 33, remainder 16. Let's check our answers. We're going to be multiplying this divisor against that quotient. So 28 times 33, set it up. Starting right there with that 3. 8 times 3, 24. Carry that 2. 2 times 3, 6. Add on to 8. Finish with that. Need to place 0. 8 times 3, 24. Carry the 2. 2 times 3, 6. Add it. 924, but I'm not finished yet. You gotta add on that remainder. It's the leftover. We have to throw it back in. So we're gonna add that. 940. So matches my dividend. I'm all good. So my answer is 33, remainder 16. All right, boys and girls. So use your graph paper today. Work slowly, work cautiously, work neatly, because the problems are a lot of work, but you can do it.